Hey y'all, today I'm going to be showing you two of the four ways. Here is Barkeeper's Friend and Easy Strip. So I'm starting here with Barkeeper's Friend. I'm just going to get a good amount on my tumbler, just dampen my steel wool pad, and just go around the tumbler in a circular motion, just making sure that I get every area around the tumbler. And I'm just going to do this until I believe that I have done a good job removing the factory coating. Also, don't forget the bottom of your tumbler. And how I know when I'm done with my tumbler is I will do the water test in the end just to see if there's any beading or if the water is shading. And if you want, you can definitely go ahead before you start prepping your tumbler, go ahead and put it under a tap and you will see beading right away. That means it has the factory coating. So if you get beading, that just means not all of the factory coating has been taken off your tumbler yet. So you're going to want to go ahead and do your method again just to make sure that you have gotten it all so you can move on with the next steps, because prep is key in prepping your tumbler and going forward. So I'm just, going around my tumbler in a circular motion, and I am using a basin here. I just am always in the garage doing things, and instead of running into the house, I just prefer my little basin. I can see if I can link it down below in the comments. I got it from Amazon. And here I'm just taking some water out of my bucket, and this is what sheeting looks like. You will see bubbles now. That is not beading. It is just from the water in my basin. I'm just trying to rinse off the rest of the Barkeeper's Friend, and then I'm going to dry my tumbler. And here I'm going to go in with Easy Strip. I get my aluminum foil. I like to preferably wrap it in aluminum foil and then put it in my Ziploc bag after. And I use a cup and a paintbrush to apply my Easy Strip. It's my personal preference. I like it better this way. Just make sure when you're doing your Easy Strip that you do not get it inside your tumbler. You do not want to remove that coating. You're just wanting to remove the factory coating from the outside of your tumbler. And always just remember the bottom. I know sometimes it gets forgotten about. When I first start applying my Easy Strip to my tumbler, I do see a little bit of beading. That is normal. That is okay. I put enough Easy Strip that I am satisfied that it is going to do a good job, because what I'll be doing next is wrapping my tumbler in aluminum foil and popping it into my Ziploc bag and getting as much air out of that Ziploc bag as I can, and I will leave it for 24 hours, and then I come back and wash it with Dawn dish soap and do my water test. No worries if it is beading. Sometimes the factory coating is on there good, so sometimes you do have to do two strippings, two easy strips, and that is okay. So don't panic. Just go ahead and redo the easy strip. And yeah, there you have it. Those are the ways that I prefer, and we will be showing you the other two ways. Cheers.
Hey guys, so here I am showing you my power wash recipe. We refill these quite a bit at home because they're like liquid gold to us for dishes and tumblers. So I went ahead and already measured out my water. It's 13 ounces of water per one container. So the measurements I'm giving you are for one container. I have 3¼ cups for two in here, which is 26 ounces. So you want to use 2 ounces of Blue Dawn dish soap, or whatever color you really want. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, but Blue Dawn is what they use in power wash. You'll see me put 2 in here because, again, I am doing 2 bottles. But 2 ounces of Blue Dawn dish soap goes into your 13 ounces of water per container, per bottle refill. Then you put in 1 ounce of rubbing alcohol per bottle. I'm putting in 2 here because, again, I'm doing 2 bottles, guys, don't forget. And it has to be 70% or higher rubbing alcohol. In that goes, I dropped my container in here just because I like to get everything possibly out of it. So I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. I forgot to grab my spoon, so I'm running over to get my spoon. You give it a quick little stir, make sure that all your soap is mixed up and your rubbing alcohol is mixed in. And then you let it sit for about an hour to 2 hours before you fill your bottles, just making sure everything is well combined together and has a chance. This stuff in our house is like liquid gold. We use it to take the factory coating off our tumblers and on dishes, and you know how expensive it could be. So this saves you money.